All right, guys. BYUN in the bottom left side of the map. Classic in the top right. It's the second match here. Another opening match, though, of course, of Group A of PiGFest 6. $10,000 potentially on the line. At least we're over $7,000 already, and it's only day 2 of the tournament. So I do think I've got positively minded. I think we'll hit that goal for the tournament, as a lot of people are adding to the prize pool as we go. And it's going to be a good one because these guys are pretty evenly matched. You know, it's funny, I was saying before the tournament, I was talking to my Twitch chat and I was saying, BYUN's looking great in the last week. He's really leveled up. He's having some fantastic tournament runs. Feels like a lot of the rust that he was getting rid of earlier is started to disappear. I said, look, Mana's really got amazing small scale micro and he's looking shockingly good right now, despite being a big underdog. And Cyril obviously is the big favorite for this group. And then I said, Classic, I don't know. I'm not sure where Classic's form is right now. Got a bit of a question mark. And a very wise StarCraft fan who follows the scene very closely and knows a lot about the pro player stats and everything, Wriggle in my chat, said, not knowing Classic's form is Classic's form. And I thought that was a very good way of putting it, because I'm like, Classic is very hot and cold. He will have the sickest performance ever one week, and then he'll be a little bit off the next week. And you never know which Classic's going to show up over the last 6 months. But he has very big range. He can play many different styles. And I think he is more macro-focused generally over the last couple of years of StarCraft 2, but we'll see what he brings out as he does scout the very early Marauder opening. Marauder opening is my least favorite opening in TVP. I insist that I don't like it. I think it's kind of average at best. I think best case scenario, it's average. Usually, it's quite bad. But we'll see what he makes of it, because BYUN and a lot of top players, they like to mix this in, and it does at least force the Protoss back. So rather than just going, is it good, is it bad? Let's analyze it. You get concussive, which means the Adept has to go home so he doesn't get tagged. You often have to build a shield battery to be extra safe, which Classic's skipping here. So Classic confidently being greedy. So he's denying a bit of vision as BYUN. He's not getting any other perks from this. Now, interestingly, he's going 3 barracks with a factory, so he's delaying his starport afterwards. So it looks to me like BYUN is wanting to just have a lot of meaty units. Could potentially go for a push, never building a starport, just go, bring some SCVs to repair the tanks, essentially go for a giant all-in where every stim is permanent life lost as you won't have any healing. I love watching BYUN on camera. His face basically has subtitles. Oh, that's such a good comment. Yeah, BYUN wears his heart on his sleeve. Part of why we love him so much, guys. I really like Rogue because I think you see all of his expression in his strategy and how he plays, as well as the occasional fist smash, as we did see a little bit of yesterday. A little bit of a keyboard smash here and there. But BYUN, you don't need to look at the strategy. I mean, the way he plays, so micro-oriented in his opponent's face, is definitely, showcases part of his personality. But you just look at his face and you're like, he's crying, he's cheering, he's so excited, he's like an open book, and he's really lovely to see at events. He always comes up and says hello to everybody. He's really, just hanging out, having a good time. He's the first player to share replays if you ask, to answer strategy questions. If he leaves a game a bit early, bit embarrassing or moment, he's the first to go, I think I screwed up there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to my fans. He's just a lovely human. And I think a lot of people got on board 9 years ago when everyone thought you had to be on one of the best teams in the world to really compete at the top, especially in Korea. And BYUN instead just streamed ladder 13 hours a day on an account called One Man Army. And he defied what we thought was possible, won a GSL, won the World Championship after that, and he did it in his own style, and he got a whole bunch of things nerfed. He got the maps made bigger after 2016, to the point where you go to 2017 and 2018 and the maps are gigantic because the maps were small. He got the tank evac removed. I think he was a big part of that, and definitely he got the Reaper nerfed like 3 different times because he is still to this day going 3x Reaper and winning games with it. But oh, here we go. Here's that big 3 barracks tank push, guys. He's going to lose a tank. Oh, that's a bad start for BYUN. He's not even bringing SCVs to repair. This is that medevacless push I was talking about, guys. He cannot afford to stim, even though he has it, because he's got no healing. Stalker does go down. Classic's trying to bait stims out of him, and that's great for him. If he can just blink away, he's going to lose another Stalker. Does blink away before another one goes down. Charge is ready in about 20 seconds. I think, honestly, with charge and 6-gate, this is terrible for BYUN. Classic seemed to have read this play perfectly. He knows what's coming. I think he is well set up to defend. If he can get out like 10 Zealots, he's going to crush this. He's already on 6. Charge is almost finished. There's an Immortal as well. The army's moving that way. I'm not sure why the Zealot Immortal is so far back. I think maybe he wants to get the Immortal on the high ground to see if he can reach the siege tank. I don't think he can reach across there. He's going to try and flank to the right side. Classic, a little bit derpy with his army movement. You do not want to attack around this corner. So he's going to split those Zealots now, but he's got to get them in position. A few pylons do go down. A little bit of a supply block does start. 2 pylons now beginning, but he can't spend his money right now. Zealot's going to cut off the reinforced. Lovely maneuver there. A second tank goes down. Meanwhile, Stalkers blink at the front. The Immortal Stalker is going to go forward. He's got Guardian Shield. He takes care of one tank, but the Guardian Shield does go down. Zealots from behind. Immortal Stalker from the front. And that is going to be good enough. Classic shutting this push down. Could go for the Marauders and the Marines as well. Wow, 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 wow. Marine Marauder hanging out. Forge, Robo Bay, Observer building behind this. Classic's already going into the macro focus. Shuts down the big all-in. And he's going even a second Forge at the same time. While chasing his opponent back across the map. I mean, that just shows the long-term focus. And BYUN commits hard to this attack, but you can see it in his face. I think despondent is probably the word I'm looking for to describe that facial expression. Realizing there is no chance left in this game as he's just chased all the way back to his natural. And Classic may not push in to finish, but he can start a 4th base, go for the double up, start Colossus. He's got complete control over map 1 against BYUN. We've got good copy pastors in the chat. I'm a Diamond Protoss. I've seen this play out many times before, and this is absolutely game over. That was an easy copy. I see people making fun of whoever said that in the chat. Guys, that was not a making fun moment. That was such a timeless comment. That should absolutely be spammed with a copy paste. Colossus is on the way. We've got 1/1 upgrades as well. Zealots hiding in the bottom right side of the map also. Marine Marauder is going to be going down this left side. Observer's going forward. Okay, Stalker's going to be moving up. Marine Marauder's looking for a little ambush, maybe. Ooh, gets himself a Stalker. Make it 2, make it 3. Stalkers are expensive. Don't want to be throwing those down the bin. Into the trash like that. Nexus on the right side as well. Zealots in the natural going to take out a bunch of SCVs. Feels like Classic is just so far ahead in this game. And I think for BYUN, he's going to have to start thinking about the next game soon. I mean, yeah, you're hanging in here. You're gonna give it a go. With Medevac's first popping at 9 minutes, 3rd command center only now up. You got to think about what went wrong in this game. Essentially, the Adept going straight across the map, not staying at home to defend the Reaper, because Classic went for the double chrono, allowing himself to press. Saw the early Marauders, lost no units, got a good read on what was going on, and getting an early tank snipe was pretty huge as well. But I feel like this sort of push from BYUN, it's best on a smaller map. And it's best if you can move out without those Stalkers realizing you've moved out. So if he could have snuck some Marine Marauder behind the Stalkers, so when he moved out, a few Marines and Marauders come from behind and pincer the Stalkers. Like, that's the sort of move that allows this sort of push to be deadly. But I think just moving out, losing a tank immediately, and then getting harassed the entire way across the map, it's so hard to make this non-medevac push work that he did earlier in that situation. Zealots are on the bottom right as well. The Observer did get punished there for being a bit naughty, watching the entire army from the shadows. 2-2s on the way. 2nd Robo, 4th and 5th base coming in now. Dude, Classic is rich. And look at that. He's not even going to stand and fight. He's like, dude, I don't need to attack your army. I can just move in and counterattack. Colossus are going to cause big problems for that bio. They could just shift-click those Marines or something like that. Zealots running on the left side. They're going to go for the bunker. The bio comes out. But look at that. Force fields are going to be fantastic. Oh, he traps the bio on the left as well. Colossus are a bit exposed up there, but he's got Immortals guarding them as well. BYUN right now goes for a kind of amazing surround attempt. Unfortunately, surrounding your opponent does not work when you're outnumbered 5-1. All right, guys. Nice, clean defense in game 1. Classic gets clinical there, but now we're going on to ley lines, a map that is going to be a bit more familiar for BYUN. Yesterday, we saw Clem multi-prong his way to just dominant victories in a couple of TVPs on some of those newer maps with the spread-out base layouts. But it's interesting to see how we go. It's Classic checks for an early barracks. That is not an eBay check, guys. This is way too early for there to be an eBay. So it's going to be a gate scout and make sure there's no barracks inside his natural, showing that he does know BYUN could play very, very cheeky. BYUN looks so... No, he doesn't look dead inside, guys. That's just BYUN going, oh, God, what did I do in that last game? He's just dealing with the emotion. He's processing. But as a good Terran player, we know that when you get... You lose a game like that, it feels terrible. what you need to do is you need to shovel everything. Like, think of your emotional motivation train as a Terran player is basically an old steam train, but instead of coal that has to be shoveled into it, rage and hatred. Essentially, if you want to be a good Terran player, you have to go to the dark side. If you guys go and rewatch all the original Star Wars films, you know, when the Emperor's like, come to the dark side, let the hate consume you, that's like, if you say yes, you will be a good Terran player. The actual story was written for, you know, Beta Zergs and Protosses who don't need to go to... If you're a Terran, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the way I play Terran. I feel like I have to embrace a bit of anger to really, really get into my mode as a Terran. And I you know, BYUN, watch when he gets behind in his series, and then he starts just getting super aggressive and just YOLOing and clicking and just hitting the tightest builds. I do think there's something there. Anyways, I could just be imagining things because I'm a bad StarCraft player who complains when I lose at my weakest race, which is always Terran. Terran, very mechanical, very tight build orders. Lots of organization required. Scatterbrained Dum-Dum Pig doesn't do as well with his Terran. Depth's coming forward, Stalker behind it. Looks like a really kind of just straight up opening. I thought we'd see a lot more hallucinated Phoenix spam in this tournament. I don't think I've seen a single game where someone opened Sentry first. So seems to just be players saying, you know what? I mean, that's nice, but we're going back to just the tried, tested, get an Adept, get a Twilight, get some Stalkers out, and get that early blink. Depth's coming in. Gonna block that command center for landing. Just being annoying, but with 3 Marines and Alien can easily deal with this. If BYUN gets the kill, that would be very nice. He accidentally attacked his own command center, trying to A-click on the Adept there. Usually players like to A-click to make sure if they try to right-click, obviously sometimes you accidentally click on the ground and move command accidentally. Oh, Hellions looking for the kill. Oh, classic with some Warcraft 3 blocking micro. Very fancy. And the Adept will be able to get away. She's going to regenerate her shields. Nicely done, Adept. Or Hellion, sorry, is going to go look for that third base. Now, the Stalker obviously doesn't want to run in there because then there's no way out. The Widowmine will protect that. SCV will go for the repair. This Hellion's going to get shot down pretty easily, though. That's why I would have liked that Hellion to go back to repair. But at least this tells you that Classic's most likely taking a quick third. And that's going to influence your decision in the next moment, which appears to be interesting. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, fascinating building placement. This add-on is definitely very vulnerable. It's going to be Raven, second barracks, back to the old generic 3 barracks after the opening. It's a 7 Marine drop to kick things off. And of course, with just 2 gate, 3 Stalkers out. Not a lot of defense for this. Just going to unload on that spotting probe. Probe will see it, though. He's going to force him to go pick back up immediately. Does he go towards the main, though? The Stalkers are staying in a central position. There's nothing out here very vulnerable. Marines will take a while to kill a pylon. Boosting in is crazy. Turning around is wise. And BYUN does not throw any units into the bin just yet. Here we go, guys. Third gas does come up. Third barracks might go down shortly as well. The question for me is how many tanks do you build? I think knowing there's a quick third, you shouldn't be building more than 1 tank unless you really want to commit to an actual tank style or a tank push. Interesting. Okay, so BYUN's building a second tank. That's odd to me, guys. Is he going for a 2-base tank push, maybe? Classic's been a bit Zealot focused. Zealot's generally good against tanks, but the tanks will give you some ranged firepower. Normally, you build extra tanks for safety against potential blink aggression, but if you've seen a third base this early, there is no blink aggression that can get through you. You don't even have a bunker, so these must be aggressive tanks for BYUN. Raven waiting on the north, ready to do auto-turret harassment. This is going to be really interesting to see which way it goes. Observer comes out. I think we're going to see an Immortal again. Classic seems to enjoy this. Just like get 7 or 8 Blink Stalkers, add a Sentry or 2, an Immortal or 2 while going up into the next step. And he does actually drop a quick Robo Bay at 5.5 minutes. Marine tank moves north. Observer doesn't see it. It's just arriving now. Oh, he's going to push without stim or shields, guys. Okay, BYUN committing to a bizarre push. Oh, the Stalkers are going to barely miss it. Classic. Oh, this is tragic right now, but his Observer sees nothing at home, and he's like, oh god, where's the enemy? He knows BYUN somewhere, but he doesn't see it till it's almost up of his third, and he accidentally panic blinks his Stalkers into the corner. 2 Stalkers do go down. Other Stalkers coming up from behind right now. 1 tank Siege is in the worst possible position. It will go down almost instantly to those Stalkers, so Classic finally gets a little bit of luck there. These Stalkers can definitely cut off the rally point from behind, but he's got to stay out of that tank range. charge is almost finished, and Zealots will clean this push up pretty easily. I feel like this may be a little bit half-baked for BYUN. He drops an auto turret. He's going to drop another one there as well. We'll get a few probes, but a quick pull for Classic does minimize the damage, and I love this choice for BYUN to pull back. He knows charge is about to kick in. He's got to get out of here. The Marines are trying to go home. Auto turrets do end up going down there. The Widowmine takes out a Stalker before falling. The Marine tank desperately trying to escape. He sieges up. It's a bad call. Oh, he's going to get taken down here. He's going to focus down 1 Stalker, 2 Stalker. The medevac's going to go down. He's now got Stim, and it would be nice to get rid of the Observer at least. That is perving on top of him, and he does get rid of that. Units lost tab is close to even. Third command center, though, has just started. Concussive shells not on the way just yet. 4th barracks will go down. No doubt we'd love to get a 5th barracks, but hasn't been able to just yet. Auto turret gets 2 probes. Can he get a 3rd one? Nice focus fire, but he only gets 2. Zealots, of course, having such high damage, take those auto turrets down very quickly. Classic's playing pretty safe in this, and it was really odd timing for BYUN. You hope to catch Classic off guard, but I'm not sure. Classic just seems rock solid in these early games, and it's reminding me a little bit of Classic against Oliveira back at EWC. Classic looked really solid in that series as well. Fire on the top. He's going to get a snipe on the 4th easily, as the Zealots are way out of position right now. Colossus are coming in, though, so you need medevacs, but you also need to start building Vikings soon. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. And BYUN Starport right now is idling. He's only building 1 unit at a time. Dude, this Zealot counter is insane. If he just goes in, there's not enough bio to defend it. BYUN cannot fight this with SCVs. He has to run his workers and stay on his ramp. He needs to mineral walk those workers into the main. He's going to do it. Good reaction by BYUN. Despite that, still losing 6 SCVs. You can't fight. You cannot fight with these SCVs. Those SCVs need to get out of here, man. Oh, the charge. He tries to charge to get the Widow Mines to blow up the SCVs, and it works at least partially. 15 workers going down. It's not cheap, right? It's a lot of Zealots, but killing workers is such a beautiful thing for Protoss in this situation. Because yes, your 4th got denied, but now you're still up 20 workers, 65 against 46, and BYUN finds himself in a bit of a position where rebuilding workers, it feels like it's an uphill battle to ever catch up on economy in this game. But if you don't, I mean, do you really have an all-in timing? Against Colossus, the answer is absolutely not. There is already 2 Colossus on the field with a 3rd one coming out. The Double Forge is pumping away, and BYUN is going to have to slowly recover the workers. He's got 2 workers building at a time. He does add a 3rd as a Ghost Academy goes down for the Terran. Zealots down the south. Sending a few Widow Mines, because he knows there's a good chance some more Zealot run-bys there. They usually get decent value. Marine drop on the right. Raven is still here. I do like that the Raven's slowly getting value. It's only got 4 kills, but... Oh, he doesn't target! Only 1 more probe. BYUN needs to do some shift clicks with that. Playing a little frantic as BYUN. Tiny details sometimes missing. I mean, I love that he pokes in and gets a probe, and he's also forcing more Stalker weapons, which is not something Classic necessarily would want to be building. Oh, gosh, he's getting ambushed, though. Oh, no, he's getting jumped on by the Colossus Door. I don't know if you can fight this as BYUN. He's going to try to take the fight. That Guardian Shield is doing so much. The Marauders try to go forward. The Sentry finally goes down. He's going to take out a Colossus, a lot of Stalkers. Can he get rid of another Colossus? If he can, it's worth it. If he can get rid of all the Colossus, it's going to be game-changing. He gets rid of 2. 1 Colossus escapes. That's actually really good. I didn't think it was going to be a good fight for BYUN. I completely misjudged it. BYUN said running away is a cowardly move. Yes, we've got ambushed in the middle of the night. Yes, we don't have night vision. Yes, we don't know the strength of the enemy forces. What are we going to do? Attach bayonets and charge, because that is a proper... Like I said, you got to embrace your rage, and sometimes you just got to fight. Sometimes you just got to swing at your opponent blind. And honestly, I don't think BYUN was prepared for that fight, but he just took the fight well, and it worked out really well done by BYUN. Fighting back in this series. He's not going to go down without a fight. Armory's almost finished. Is he gone second eBay, guys? Yeah, second engineering bay is up as well. 4th command center goes down out front. 5th Nexus on the way for Classic. He's going to go for that spread across that whole top right quadrant. Not seeing these Zealots is nasty. I think BYUN's got to realize how open he is to Zealot run-bys right now. Like, if I think what he needs to do is grab a double drop of bio and just clear out Zealots and Observers and things. I mean, it's hard because his Raven's on the other side. If he could get the Raven home to help kill Observers, that'd be fantastic. Oh gosh, the F2s. Stay in the forest, bro. The Raven keeps looking. It's like he wanted to scout the army there. That's kind of cute, man. 2-2s on the way for both sides. Not too far behind for Terran, often lagging. But Protoss has 5 base 77 worker income, so the second Robo on the way as well. I think Classic's got the better setup. I do wonder, he's taking a 6th base as well. Does Classic go Storm or Disruptors from here? He doesn't strike me as a super Storm-focused player. Oh, I love that he's building gateways on the map as well. I think building gateways out in the corners so you don't have to use prisms is so effective. Who has a better chance against Serral, Classic or BYUN? Oh, dude, I have no idea. How would... I think Classic right now. Widowmine's getting cleaned up. A few hits on the Zealots, but nothing too crazy. There is still a sentry there. Zealots on the left as well. BYUN's army is running away because he doesn't want to fight on that ramp. Oh, that's real problematic. That ramp scared BYUN. He's a bit too afraid to fight. I think he could have maybe hung out on that right side, especially if he EMP'd the sentry. Classic still would have had to respect that ramp because now he's attacking from one side. There are 7 Vikings. Oh, one of them does go down instantly. You got to be careful with those Vikings. You can't lead too much with them. The Zealots get inside the main base. This makes the micro prohibitively difficult for BYUN, who's already down in overall supply. He cannot afford to lose more workers, and yet more workers are indeed going down as we speak. The in and out micro for Classic exceptional. He is just chipping away at BYUN in this scenario. The Stalker's going to pick off another Viking almost. No, they didn't quite get it there. But look at this. 1 Zealot left in the main. If he clicks that back in the main, that's so annoying. BYUN finally. No, he doesn't deal with it. Oh, Classic's going to click that back and it kills so many workers, man. That is going to be such a problem. Disruptor in the mineral line. Colossus raining down death and destruction. Protoss fiery lasers, purification novas, particle disruptors, and a single dude who's taken way too many steroids before getting into a knife fight. What the heck? That Zealot taking on so many SCVs in the main base. 6, 7, 8 SCVs going down in the main base. The Zealot's still alive. BYUN not able to claw his way back into that second game. And Classic up 2-0. GG. Well played. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be our losers match, our lower bracket match here in Group A. Group A? Yeah, Group A here of PiGFest. Liquid Mana in the top right, BYUN in the bottom left side. BYUN comes in as a big favorite. He's going to go for a gas first engineering bay block build by the looks of it. And that is a nasty, nasty way to start. Now, Mana did really well against Spirit doing this to him back in the qualifiers. And Mana looked fantastic in that series. I mean, Mana is so good with small scale micro. I think he showed big weakness in sort of standard macro situations. But man, if Mana makes the game messy, he's incredibly good. I do think because BYUN's such a good micro player, he might match up well against him though. And look at this, immediate 4 probe pull. This is actually going to be a quick shutdown, and this Mana kind of screwed up against the eBay block when he was playing against Spirit. He was very slow to like shut it down. This time, look at that. Oh, very well done. Almost gets the SCV, but the SCV was Mineral Walk, so it couldn't be blocked there physically. And this is going to be an interesting start to the series, because obviously it's like, oh, we're not really delaying the Nexus very long now. 2 workers on gas. Most players will only do 1. Looks like he wants to ensure that he gets this up pretty quickly without giving up too much gas. Cybercore did already go down. Needs a pylon now. Of course, the pylon's usually a little bit delayed in this scenario because you've lost so much mining time, which means the Cybercore will finish. You won't necessarily be able to start that Adept immediately, but you don't really need to. The Reaper's late because it was a gas first. Command Center has to go on the high ground for BYUN, and this is going to peter out with, I'd say, a small advantage to Mana after getting rid of that eBay. Yes, he had to pull 3 probes. BYUN only pulled 1, but BYUN had to pull his all the way across the map and build an engineering bay and then cancel it. Factory. Factory's not that fast either, right? Wasn't this a gas first, guys? I'm kind of confused here. I feel like he should have more gas right now, but yeah, it feels like that. Maybe he didn't fully mine from the gas at the start. Oh, it still started at 202, which is a fair bit faster than a normal barracks gas. Factory does go down, but he still wanted to prioritize the command center, so fair enough. Chat says, I think he built the add-on before the factory. Oh, 33 seconds. No, it was just after. Just after. It's not. I'm splitting hairs here anyway, guys. Twilight Council goes down behind. There's already a Stalker out. Second one's about to emerge. Should leave one on the ledge, though. You don't want both covering the same side. Unless you want to pressure. But unlikely to do so. Sentry gets made. Oh, I like it. I love this for Mana. He's going to make a sentry for a bit of scouting. Now, yeah, I do definitely feel like when the game's messy, Mana's amazing at attacking, but he was a little slow to build probes in some situations. And I think that's the biggest criticism I had of him when I watched his series against Spirit. Dude, though, like, just as always when I watch Mana, it's like the game gets scrappy. You give him a prism and a handful of units, and he's out of this world. And He really looked so good with his unit activity rate in the matchup. So if he can get BYUN on the ropes and make the game messy, I do think BYUN's going to struggle. Wouldn't mind borrowing that. Just going to be a single mine and probably a 6 marine drop as the opening pressure for BYUN. Blink, though, has now started. It's getting chrono boosted. And with a second gate, a third gate, and now a robo building, Mana's going to have a pretty solid start. He's also going 4th gas. Okay, this is interesting. Mana wants to play Quick Colossus this time around. Now, that's going to naturally delay his third base quite a lot. He's moving out right now as if he wants to take a third. But 4 gas is going to be a bit hard. So, yeah, he's just setting up the Ring of Vision. Pylon up north, pylon on the bottom right. And the hallucination just barely misses that double mine drop moving across the map. BYUN Mana, do the right thing. Dude, is that a Russell Peters quote? BYUN Man, do the right thing. And the $2 store bit? Are you doing a bit from 20 years ago, Twitch chat? That's funny. How many people got that? Am I the only guy? BYUN Mana, do the right thing? That's so dumb. Stalkers do take a hit there. 1 probe goes down as well as 1 stalker. Not a bad start for BYUN. Saves the medevac, gets quite a few hit points alive on it as well. Sentries there. Robobay does start up as well. Got the second barracks coming in. 3rd gas going down as well. Raven going down that far right side of the map. But the pylons, man. Pylons see very far in 2025 StarCraft. They can see exactly what's going on. Raven's going to move around, take a look. Blink is almost finished. Mana, not going for the quick third. He's playing very contained. He wants Blink, he wants Sentries, he wants Colossus. I think the one thing which is missing with this build is the Forge. I kind of like delaying the third even longer, maybe to get a Forge. Because I truly believe with any fast Colossus build as a Protoss, if you get an early +2, you can delay a third a long time. So as long as you get a +2, you can be behind on economy and just rip people apart with Colossus and +2 attack. And you know, it's so funny because the Colossus is such a garbage unit in the hands of an average Joe. And it's so amazing with the stutter step of a top pro gamer and +2 attack. It suddenly just elevates. Look at this. Another Marine tank sneaky push here. BYUN pushing without stim yet again. And he's going to find a cancel. That is frustrating. It feels like the Observer must have missed it. Gets a probe, gets a Nexus cancel, finds a pylon, another probe in the open there goes down. And this is very annoying for Mana. He does have the Forge on the way that we were talking about, but he's supply blocked now. Without charge, it's hard to deal with these pushes. He may want to, after watching that last series of BYUN, swap to more of a charge style, because that went so well for Classic. And I think charge is really good against a player who likes to be aggressive as BYUN. Marine tank coming forward, a little bit clumped. BYUN, he's so clumped in range of the Colossus. A bit of a crazy move there, splitting his tanks up that much, but luckily doesn't lose too many. I thought he was going to lose way more Marines there. Got some brutal tank shots off as well, and Mana is kind of soft contained. If there were medevacs here, I'd say pick up and leave, but I think he feels he can't really leave right now. Those tanks need to focus fire on the Colossus or the Stalkers. He takes out a sentry there. He's now... Oh, auto turret does go down. He's not going to be able to kill any of the big units, though. He's damaging... Oh, he gets the Immortal. Okay, that's something. And gets one more Stalker before going down. At the end of the day, I think it's a good enough trade here for a BYUN who's built the 3rd base on location. He's got his 4th and 5th barracks coming in. 52 workers against 53. And Mana, well, he doesn't lose the Colossus. He's got 2 of them. And of course, the medevac count is low. There's no Vikings. There is still a tech advantage. And the probe count's good for Mana if he can get this 3rd up. But he needs to pretty much stop probing completely because his main... is already running out of minerals, right? He's actually running out of those minerals very early, which tells us he was triple stacked on one of these middle ones. And it's going to be really tough for him to secure a 4th base. He's thinking about it because he knows if he gets a 4th base up, that's going to be a massive boost to the available mineral patches. And even on just 55 to 60 workers, you will need that. Because in just a few minutes' time, the natural will mine out as well. BYUN sees a discount pylon, can't resist that bargain. Oh, the force fields! 3 Marines, a Marauder, that 1 Marine. Poor guy just got trapped between the force field and the cliff. Does end up in a fiery place. If Mana can immediately start +2 and chrono it, I think that's going to be actually huge for him. You guys know I'm a big stan for +1 armor, but if you're playing Colossus Stalker, you've got next to no Zealots in this army. I mean, I know you're going to be adding them, but I do think +2 is everything. And look at that focus from Mana. Instantly starts the +2. I mean, it was like, what, 3 seconds delay? That's amazing. It's like literally bad observing, just staring at it. But I really feel that upgrade, if anything's bringing him back in this game, that upgrade's going to be crucial and really nice Colossus stutter step. Observer's going to go down. BYUN's still got a massive army supply advantage, but there's 4 Colossus and only 2 Vikings. Mana might actually want to pick a fight right now. If BYUN makes a micro mistake, loses 1 or 2 Vikings, if you split his army with force fields before the EMPs land, could be really nice. Ooh, yeah, traps a few units, but he's very exposed to EMP right now. BYUN is up 15 army supply, but doesn't have a great answer to the Colossus. Oh, he stims to the right with a handful of bio. I feel like BYUN maybe should look to sandwiches. Oh, the Ghost looking for the EMP. Doesn't really hit much, just a Colossus there. The Sentry already used its energy. 4th Nexus up top for Mana. Mana's +2 coming in. He's building Stalkers on the front lines, trying to stay in his opponent's face. He's also probing behind this. I'm thinking he could chill maybe and go for a second Forge, but if he does that, he's going to give up this moment where there's not many Vikings. The 4 Vikings come forward a little bit slow. Great Colossus shots on the front. BYUN, I feel like he's fighting in a very bad angle in a big clump. I think he should be splitting half of his army here, half of his army here, coming from 2 sides. He also needs those Vikings on the front line. Widowmine gets dodged by the Blink. Excellent play. The Colossus taking big damage, though. The Prism not quite close enough for the micro. He could save it, but oh man, he doesn't have enough Zealots. No force fields left either. Mana, sorry, needs to just get out of here. He's got to back off now. I don't think there's any other choice. I think he has to go second Forge, second Robo, and swap to Disruptors. Because you know there's going to be a Viking advantage. You killed how many? 3 Vikings for 2 Colossus? I actually think at this point, continuing to commit into Colossus is a mistake. I think you want to go Disruptors and Immortals here. And after the next fight, if you can pick off a few Vikings, you want a very hard pivot back into Colossus. But right now, your weak point is you don't have a good answer to that. Unless you're maybe relying on force fields to hold off the ground army, let your Stalkers do their work on the Vikings. It's just going to be such a difficult next fight if you can't get out a few Immortals or Disruptors or something to turn this ground fight in Mana's favor. BYUN looking really tight in this game. First Marine tank push gave him a big advantage. He's trying to finish this game off. Starts +2 armor first, as BYUN is known to do. All right, guys. Colossus moving north. We've got 2-2 on the way. 3 Ghosts, 2 Vikings. 4th Command Center is about to finish. BYUN, he's not all in by any means, but I just don't think there's any reason to wait. I think he can poke in, and with some good micros, some good EMPs, he can really give Mana a hard time. Great EMPs to start. Already a Colossus going down. Oh, this is a terrible start for Mana. 1 Colossus, 2 Colossus. Mana does not have the numbers. And BYUN is going to take that game 1 home. Very nice play there for Shopify Rebellion's BYUN. All right, guys. We've got Shopify Rebellion's BYUN, top left side. Great game 1 for him. The Marine tank sneaking across the map is always a bit nasty. The gap in between the hallucinations and the Observer not seeming to realize that was coming for Mana. Otherwise, those Stalkers no doubt would have slowed that push down. And if he could have saved his 3rd base, I think he would have been in a great position. But losing that 3rd makes things super uncomfortable. And now Mana's going to have to go into game 2 on Persephone. He's on his tournament life right now. If he drops this map, he is out. I'm really proud of Mana. The fact that he's become, you know, a very big content creator. He's doing well on his YouTube channel, doing a lot of challenges and fun builds and things. And despite that, he's actually having some great performances in tournaments. I mean, when this patch first dropped, there was new maps, new balance. I remember he almost beat Max Pax in a series, which was incredible, because it felt like he was not really competing up to that point very much, and suddenly he was like doing sick well. All right, guys, SCV's there. Probe trying to go into the main base. Going to be command center before Marine. Seeing the barracks wasn't building, Mana knows that the barracks wasn't producing when he first ran up that ramp because the lights weren't on. You can see right now the lights are on, guys. You see the lights are flashing. But the fact that it wasn't building and the command center was built early tells you it is a Marine factory reactor opening. And he just wanted to get the command center built as quickly as possible because he knows without a Reaper to pressure and with the natural gap in production where your barracks doesn't build because you're waiting for the gas for this reactor, you cannot defend the first adept. So the earlier you build that command center, the easier it is to just finish building it, hide the SCV on the high ground, and then defend with 3 Marines and a Hellion a little bit later. And this map does have that whole left side open. On the right side, there is a healing shrine, but air units cannot heal there. Adepts hanging out there in the middle. Reactors finished up on the natural. On the main, I should say. Interesting, BYUN's only got one entrance to his base. Does make him a little bit less bustable, you could say, for like Banelings, but against Protoss, it just restricts your movement a little. I don't think it's the end of the world. He's going to go for the 3 Marines and a Hellion. Skipping the bunker, a little bit greedy, arguably, but he's got a second and a third Marine popping out, so Adept take on 1 Marine easily. Beats 2 Marines. Once it's 3 Marines, it's a much tighter fight where the Marines usually win. With a Hellion, they absolutely stomp the Adept. And second Adept does arrive, though. Could turn things in Mana's favor. Gets the low hit point one out. This one still is there on the front, though. And, I mean, she shades in to save the day. And same thing whenever your ally's like, oh, help me in a team game. Doesn't go well for you. The Adept. Oh, he's trying to get to the Healing Shrine. Oh, the Healing Shrine's so good here. Oh my gosh. BYUN chases to the Healing Shrine. Mana uses the Healing Shrine. He keeps the Adept alive. He gets all of them. Oh no. BYUN gets baited. That there is the face of a tilted Terran player. Oh my lord. Oh, the Adept's not finishing healing, unfortunately. He was accidentally not quite on it. Oh no. See, that's what happens when you're a YouTuber. Mana thinks about the title, the thumbnail, the highlight reel, and BYUN just should not have been chasing into that. It heals 10 hit points a tick. It's very powerful, especially on low hit point units. You do not want to ever fight when your opponent's in that healing shrine. It's a little no-go zone over on that right side of the map. Here we go, guys. Drop's going to come in this left side. We'll find a probe. Gonna just say, okay, I've been spotted. Let's not risk going in. Let's just take out the probe. We can maybe dance around over here and attack the gateway from the low ground. There's pylon out there as well. I can't wait for the complaining about the healing shrine. Oh, dude, you could put anything that's different in a StarCraft map, and the community, there'll be people who lose their mind. They're like, what? Look at how imber that is. And you're like, what's imber about it? And they're like, he healed his units. And you're like, yeah, like... Once you know it's there, it's not that hard to not chase into the healing shrine. Don't get me wrong, it like allows the Adepts to take a bit of damage and heal up. If that's game breaking, then StarCraft's a little bit more fragile than I thought it was. I think there's room for these mechanics. I mean, you chuck it off on the side of the map in a not the most accessible area. I think it's fine. Obviously, if we see people find really brutal strategies, I think, you know, those are things where people will veto the maps. I don't think we want to put 9 maps in a map pool with healing shrines all at once and then find out there's a strategy that's completely broken with it, but we'll see how we go. Stalker's thinking about blinking in. He goes for it. He's going to get rid of Stim, but it's just started. It's not the biggest value snipe there. Trying to stand his ground and fight. Dude, Mana going ham right now. Mad lad. Trades 2 Stalkers there for Stim, a couple of Marines. He's got 2 Stalkers, 2 Adepts defending the Raven in the main as well. Raven with no kills on it just yet. He's committed so hard, though, to this 4-gate blink. Third Nexus on the right side. Stalkers are over there. He's going to go in. Oh, there is a tank in the mineral line. He blinks forward. Oh, hot pickups with the Prism. Great micro. Guys, Mana's micro, very, very good. But he gets the medevac. He does get the medevac as well. Nice moves. But he's traded 4 more Stalkers there for a tank, the bunker, the medevac. Is it worth it? I think so. Oh, look at that. Intercepts the Raven again. Now, Raven's taking big damage, but it is banking energy. It could still be useful later on. Stalkers are going to go for the blink. They get the one-shot. Oh my gosh, BYUN's in trouble. Guys, BYUN's in trouble right now. Mana. Dude, he almost took down several earlier today. And Mana, I mean, he may be one of the lowest seeds going into the tournaments, one of our open qualifiers, but he has really shown us that Mana is a force to be reckoned with. Is he going to be able to finish this game off here? I don't think so. I think he should probably chill a little bit. But look at that. As long as he stays out of tank range, just shuffles to the right, he can deny the gases. Oh, the engineering base at 75% complete. Oh my god, he's going to get it. He gets the E-bait. He can't fit everyone back here, though. He needs the Prism to help there. That Stalker does get stuck. Tries to blink across. 8 SCVs and an engineering bait. Worth losing an extra Stalker or 2. Canceling +1 that far along is so frustrating for BYUN. He's trying to stabilize right now, and he looks frustrated. He looks a little, I honestly think that Healing Shrine may have sent him into the Nether Realm. Now, that may make him play better once he harnesses that rage, but right now, I don't know if he's harnessed it. He looks so frustrated. He might still just be in Frustration Town. No tank covering this main base. He's going to try and move forward, but with no Stim, because remember, the Stim got cancelled earlier. Not the best situation there. Then again, quite a few Stalkers go down in these fights, and Mana, like I said, not really a macro player. I think, you know, you could take a fourth right now, go double forge. He does not have a forge in sight. He is trying to win the game right now. I'm not sure if that's the right play. Kicking the command center. He gets the command center snipe. Stalker's going to try and save the Prism. The Prism turns around to pick up a unit. It gets focused down, but I think chasing into this for BYUN might be a little bit too much. The medevac barely survives. The Marauder's trying to run away. Does get one more Marauder, but Mana needs to get out, and he does blink back. Dude, units lost tab 500 ahead for BYUN right now. He rebuilds the third command center. BYUN, he's done okay. If Mana takes a fourth and goes double forge, I think he's in a great spot. He's going to go single forge, 2 more gateways, thinking about that fourth base. Stalker's healing, baby. Healing Shrine. Oh, man. I know there is a Terran player watching this who is seething right now. So I want to give you guys an update. If you guys think this is really disgusting and unfair, I watched a game the other day in the qualifiers. I think was it Spirit? It was one of the PVTs. And what happened is the Protoss, the Terran army way overstimmed. There was a healing shrine here. The base was here. And the Terran way overstimmed. The Protoss was like, chase him. And he chased into the healing shrine. And this army of like 30 Marauders on Reddit points healed up to full life while getting hit by Colossus. And just wrecked the Protoss army. It was the funniest thing I'd seen in a while. Speaking of funny, this Raven, maximum hitting the NOS down the speedy zones on the right side of the map. Look at this. He's going to hit it. He's going to hit it. Acceleration generator zones down this right side of the map. That Raven has been denied killing anything this game. Wants to find the harassment. Sees the fourth Nexus in the bottom right side. It looks like he's just going to F2 pull it home now. Zealot drop comes into the natural, but the bio's nearby. As long as the Prism just picks up and gets out, he'll be fine. Oh, the tank is attacking his own depot right now. BYUN does end up telling that to stop. Can repair that as well, but his third command center very late. It's moving out as the fourth base is already up for Protoss. Now, I really think armor upgrades would be a godsend for Mana. He's so far behind on the upgrades. He's just focusing on attack for now, and since he's very Zealot focused, I think in this next few minutes of the game, I think that would be amazing. But it's going to be all about the Colossus and catching up in the attack upgrades, and we'll see if he can make that work. He should be way ahead, but the supply looks close enough that I still worry that this next engagement could go badly for him. I think the Observer seeing the move out's huge, though. Zealots will know to go in. Raven's going to attack the bottom right side. Lots of auto turrets. BYUN's like, yeah, dodge my auto turrets now, boy. Dodge them now, boy. It's a good 7 or 8 probes going down. Really nice damage. Zealots will come in and hit that third base. Some of them intercepting the rally. For some reason, there's an SCV on that rally point. Doesn't really get any actual SCV kills, though. So far, that Raven doing a good bit of damage. The Zealots clicking a command center, not really finding much at all. Mana, he's got 1 Colossus, 12 Stalkers, 2 Immortals, 12 Zealots, 1 Sentry. His army's still pretty small. The Colossus is a little vulnerable. He does pull it back. Nicely done. There's so many Widow Mines in there. They wreck the Zealots. There's just no bio in this army. It's like 5 Marauders, 4 Marines. This is not an army. This is a squad of Terran units. I mean, you can tell these guys to like maybe hold a crossroads. You know, maybe you could send a bunch of, one of these guys is Private Ryan. They're going to go hold a crossroads. You know, you get a sniper in a bell tower. One guy sets up a machine gun. You chill out. That's not an army. That's a small squad of units. And BYUN, he's up in supply, but he's got to gather his forces. You see, now he's got the boys together. Tom Hanks has joined the crew. It's going to be a very close game from here, but with the 2-2, the Ghost Academy. The third command center fully up and mining. Feels like BYUN's settling down for a longer game. Mana has a 5th base. He's going second Robo as well. He's on 2 Colossus, 2 Immortals. Does feel like Mana's army is very fragile, though. And I don't know. I feel like this game could go so drastically one way or the other. I have no idea which way it's going to go. Force fields could be big. Ghosts aren't here just yet. Force fields making it kind of hard for BYUN to engage. Without a forward warp in point, it's very dangerous. He's got a warp prism, though. Oh, here we go. He's going to have to fight to defend the prism. Colossus here, good hot pickups. Whenever he's able to pick up his Colossus in and out of his prism, he can go really well, but I think Mana might be chasing a bit too far. Zealots go in the left side, start to tear up the SCVs and the gases in the natural. Immortal does get caught a little bit far outside that base. 5th base, is fully mining now on the minerals. Extended Thermal Lance has started, but it's not there yet, which means the Colossus don't have that push and pull power they really need to be exceptional units. Stalker's blinking for an SCV kill. Mana, unable to contain his excitement right now. Blinking in to go after an SCV. That is truly hero-esque right there. My man's channeling his inner hero. He's just like, chill, calm down. No, slaps his hands on the keyboard and says, I want to kill some workers. He's got a good economy. He does have a good gateway count as well, 10 gates. Might need a few more to keep up with that massive economy he's got long term. If he keeps BYUN on 3 base, BYUN is definitely in a big, difficult position. +2 about to kick in here. Going to be a very nice moment to catch up on the attack upgrade. But BYUN's already on 2-2, so BYUN's army is just way better right now. I think the lack of double forge after this early game might really cost Mana big time. That last Colossus getting hammered by the Vikings, but Mana's still got big reinforcements. Oh my gosh, it's taking so long, even with 2-2 to kill the gateway units. There's just so many more gateway units. BYUN has a way better quality army with the 2-2. He had the Vikings to counter the Colossus, but he's outnumbered, and numbers count for something. Something very, very big. He's got a 4th building. He's got some Widow Mines out to the right. But I think Mana can very happily say, hey, I've got 2 Colossus alive. If I lost those, that would have been kind of rough for me. But as long as I keep the Colossus alive, I can keep trading. And he blinks forward and goes after the Vikings. The Medivacs and the Vikings getting taken out. Excellent play there by him. The Prism doing some hot pickups. The SCVs get pulled off the line, but the Prism pickups are excellent. And he is shredding right now. Mana saves a Colossus and a few Stalkers after killing 20 workers. He's going to warp in more Stalkers and Zealots on the front line. He realizes he can just keep going. He knows that BYUN right now is on their ropes. He's going to try and rope-a-dope him, but Mana will not get exhausted. He's got a 6 base. His follow-up so good here in terms of just keep on, expanding and doing every little thing, keeping it all going. He's floating a little bit of money now. He does need to add 2, 3, 4 gateways. Like I said, because his expansion rate's being good, he's transferring workers. 10 gates won't always be enough to keep up on the spending. He does have double robo though, so if he had a bit more gas, he'd be able to keep that minerals down. But at this point, he's on so many bases. His main's starting to mine out of gas. He will need to add more gases soon. I mean, if the game goes another 8 minutes, which I don't think BYUN can survive that long, BYUN's just so far behind now that Mana should be able to finish him off. Colossus is a little exposed. EMP on the Stalkers, but it's the Zealots that are going to keep you back. And plus 2-2 on the bio. The 2-0 Zealots are just tanking well enough, though. SCVs get pulled off the line again. Pulling SCVs into Colossus, guys. It's a little bit like trying to counter a hot knife with butter. It's not exactly the sort of thing you use. It's trying to use water to counter an ice Pokemon. It's trying to use fire to counter a fire elemental. It's not ideal, and BYUN is going to have to tap out in game 2. Mana putting on a fantastic show for us today. All right, guys. We got your Fire Rebellions BYUN here in the bottom left side of the map. It's going to be a Barracks double gas opening. And top right side, Mana here on Tokamak. This map really gives strong Alcyone vibes. It's a pretty good map. I think what I like about it is this the map with the... Yeah, we found out earlier today, guys, there's a Protoss player here who's actually playing StarCraft. Hopefully we get vision of it at some point. It's better when there's a Zerg on the map because the Overlord flies over here and you can actually see him moving. But yeah, there's a Protoss player playing StarCraft on the map, which is friggin' awesome. So I really love that. Little bits of detail. I don't know who this guy is in the suit. There's like a little armor mining suit. Is that from a different game, guys? What's that from? You guys can let me know. Cool map. All right, guys. Probe going for a little scout here. Sees the double gas. He's going to quickly run away, knowing there's a Reaper. And usually you want to take some sort of safety precaution. Mana, I think it was it Mana? Oh, I saw someone. Skillis. Skillis yesterday played a 2-stalker sentry opening. I think it was against Clem. And the 2 Reaper Hellion ran in and killed like 7 probes. It was way too much damage. So that's pretty rare that happens, but I think it's something you've always got to either chrono out 3 gateway units, keep them all at the front, or wall off. But you build a shield battery, maybe. There's a few different things you can do. He's going to go Stargate. Oh, hello. This is Nexus before Core, guys. So this is a more economic build. Probe's going to go back in, knowing that there's no unit out right now. And he's going to get the harassment. This is actually really annoying for BYUN. He's got to pull another SCV down. Yep. Pulls another SCV. Give me a while till those Marines are out. Reaper's going to back off. Did he see the Stargate? He did not see the Stargate either, so he doesn't know what he's up against. Dude, if Mana recalls this probe, I will be so happy. It's not about is it the best way to use recall, but though it actually is good, and I think it's worth. It's about it sends a message because if their Reaper arrives as you recall, dude, it feels so good. Oh, is this Cyclone? Guys, Cyclone's really good at one thing, countering Stargate. How does he know? Has he studied Mana's builds? We haven't seen him open Cyclone at all in this series. We haven't really seen, in the last few days of TVP, much Stargate Oracle. We've seen a few Phoenix openings, actually. We did see a few Phoenix openings from Zaun. This is kind of wild, though, to go blind Cyclone. Oh, no, I know why. It's because he's doing the tank push, the tank drop all in. But he's going to sacrifice, see the Stargate now. Do you still commit to the tank push? So, guys, this was BYUN's just committing. Game 3, life's on the line for the tournament. And he's like, basically, he's going to pick up a tank and just boost across the map and just do that really fast tank push on the natural. It's a really good build, but Mana already putting down stasis traps. Against this push, though, I think second gate and Stalker production is near essential. He's going to go Robo. Immortals are great against this. Problem, there's only one pylon. It's very exposed. It's powering it. He builds the backup pylon, which means it cannot be depowered by just killing this pylon. That being said, the battery is still only powered by a single one. Tanks out. There's going to be a medevac soon. Is he not pushing? Oh, yeah, okay, he is pushing now. Wait, what? Okay, BYUN's going to wait for the second tank. Okay, so he's going to do a 2-tank push, but the Marines need to get going. They're a very slow unit. Cyclone needs to back this up as well. I think he's worried about the Oracle flying in, so the Cyclone's going to kind of come afterwards. He already used his boost a bit early, but that's fine. It's already cooled down. Tank comes in, and there we go. He's going to boost forward, join up with those Marines, and go forward. There's 2 stasis traps out there. They may be big. Mana has no idea what's happening, guys. He does not realize what's happening, but he's spamming stasis traps right now, and he's sending a probe out to scout. Unfortunately, he's going to miss the army. Army moves right. Probe comes in from the left. We've seen a few times on these new maps. Players not realizing. And there we go. Okay, the Marines are going to walk in, and 6 Marines getting frozen. That's a good start for Mana. He tags the army. He sees the Cyclone. He needs to throw more stasis traps down, and he needs to give up on a 3rd base right now and just chrono units to fight. This is a very aggressive attack. Starport, of course, is up. 2nd and 3rd barracks ability. It's not really an all-in for BYUN, but it's definitely a pretty big commitment. He's going to wait for those Marines to unfreeze before he pushes in any further. Tanks on siege. Does he just go home? Oh, wow. BYUN is like, look, I don't think this is going to work anymore. He just goes home. I think it's a good call. Mana? How does Mana have the confidence to build that 3rd right now? There's like an army outside his base as far as he knows. He still drops a 3rd in the face of it. Chrono's the Colossus. I think he's got to scout where this army is. I guess maybe he saw it with the Revelation still? It feels crazy to me that Mana is this confident dropping a 3rd there. But it also feels crazy to me that he's not scouting for where the Terran army is. Now he's going to check for it. He's just going to throw some more stasis traps down. Mana here playing a very odd game, but I think it's a good game. He's up 10 workers. He's going forward Twilight. BYUN's been so timing attack focused today, really trying to surprise his opponents with early pushes, and didn't go well for him in his first series at all. It's been a mixed bag here in his second series, and it is, of course, an elimination series, a brutal best of 3. This map will decide. One player is going to be eliminated, and one will have another chance to qualify. Stims on the way, combat shields +1. No 3rd command center started just yet. 48 workers. Still building SCVs, so I do think BYUN's going to build that 3rd CC. Don't think he's going to be going all in here, but Mana's been looking really, really good in this series, and his PVT seems to have evolved. Scan goes down, sees the 4 gases, so I think this is just BYUN saying, hey, are you going Master Zealot, or is this more of a Colossus style? Like, what's going down? And now he confirms, okay, it's a Robo. You're probably going Colossus Phoenix here or something like that after the Oracle opening. And he's going to try and poke forward with the tanks, knowing that his opponent's army is not that mobile. Charge, as we can see, is not yet done. There's not a lot of gateway units on the map. The Phoenix have been banking energy this entire time. Incredibly passive play for Mana. Adept sees the Marine on the right side. Cyclone still frozen over to that left as well. The Phoenix not going to be picking up that Cyclone. I'd love to see them go for it. There we go. Okay, comes back at the moment. Just didn't want to sit above it and reveal where his Phoenix were. Cyclone goes down. Adept falls at the same time. Observer comes forward, forcing out another scan, which is super worth. BYUN is really worried about his army getting caught out. He's going to wait for that 3rd command center. He's got 4th and 5th barracks, Ghost Academy coming in. BYUN does look a little scared in this game, and that's a scary position to be, because against a Protoss, if they can sense that fear, it's almost over at that point. Like, if a Protoss senses that you're not willing to commit to a push, suddenly all bets are off. You know, Storm will go down, bloody 2nd Forge, 5th base. I mean, Mana could just get insanely greedy, as well as start to do things like just build gateways on the map, fly prisms into your main base, because he's suddenly not in danger of dying. If he can get that read off, it'll be really good. But for now, still relatively passive for Mana, as he takes a 4th base. Yeah, the main base is huge on Tokamak, guys, which I like. It's good for Terran because they have more space for production, but it does mean players are a little bit more open to drops on both sides. Nidus Worms. Man, looks like he's close to having a heart attack. I haven't been watching the cameras, guys, so I've realized I don't really have the player cameras set up in a position where it's easy to look at while looking at my main screen. I should move my things around on my preview so that I have them nearby. So I do love seeing those. So I think I'm gonna move my ports around in my OBS because I love seeing the player reactions. It tells you so much. Mana looks pretty calm, man. But BYUN definitely is a guy who wears his heart attack on his sleeve. And yes, that's not normally the saying, but I think in BYUN's case it is applicable. Second eBay Armory on the way now. Ghost Academy as well. Or the Ghost production, I should say, now that the Ghost Academy is finished. Gas goes down 5th base. Mana's got that second Forge up at a much tighter timing since this game's kind of a bit more calm. And he's got Storm coming in, which is friggin' cool, dude. I feel like if he can scatter some High Templar around the map, bring in flanking High Templar, like High Templar are the most underrated late game tool. They're so good. He's also on 7 gases now. Look at that. He's already leaving High Templar scattered around. Is it just the one? How many High Templars he got? 1, 2, 3. Yep. Just don't want to see them all clump up. The famous hero move. He made a few big doo-doos last year where he'd be in a good spot and then you'd see him F2 all of his High Templar into a nice little bundle and the EMP would land and you'd just see all of his storms disappear. And one of the big things he's evolved with his High Templar play is he almost never makes that mistake anymore. In the last 6 months, Heroes barely made that play. We're going to find out how good Mana is at also not clumping his High Templar. And I think he's a big Prism fiend. He loves storm dropping, so I doubt we'll see that mistake for him. But Prism speed is not done just yet. Will be soon. 5 gateways coming in. It's going to be 14 gateways. He's going to have way better production. 87 probes. Man's rich. Dude, Mana. What the hell? 87. Wow, that's crazy. That's an insane amount of money. You need to build a really high gateway count. As well as usually building like 2nd and 3rd robos is advisable if you have this sort of income. That's a massive... You want to usually spread cannons and batteries and like High Templar everywhere. Because High Templar... with Storm plus Cannon Battery is the most efficient defense you can have on a base from any sort of drops, splits, harassment, anything like that. BYUN's been playing this game really scared, which I think is fine. As long as he builds a 5th command center next, and then just goes 2 starport, which he's already got 2 star. If he goes for Fusion Core, goes Lib Range, I think BYUN's actually got pretty darn good late game. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say go to late game against like a god of late game, but I don't think Mana plays a lot of late game either. So I think both of these guys are like, you know, obviously pro gamers, they're very good at late game. They aren't the best in the world when it comes to like, oh, I sit there and turtle to late game every game. These guys don't practice that stage. They're both action players. They like movement. They like aggression in the mid stages. So it's not really their MO to try and force that. High Templar try to come in. Big storm drop. He lands a decent storm, but he does lose the prism. Doesn't really kill anything with it. And that was such a YOLO. You can tell he's getting a bit overeager there, Mr. Mana. Yeah. Does he rebuild the prism? He's got 6 High Templar on the map. BYUN chilling right now. 3 tanks there hugging the sensor tower. And he's going to go more sensor towers, more command centers as well. I think throwing the Phoenix away is actually a good call for Mana, as well as potentially it might be worth for Mana to actually throw some workers away soon. Now that he's starting to bank money, I do think 87 is going to be a bit too many. He's got to be really careful with how he trades here, because BYUN's knuckling down. I actually had a game about 2 months ago against BYUN where I got a bit ahead in the mid game. And then he turtled up like this, and he traded, I think it was 5-1, maybe 6-1 efficiency. Now, I'm not a good player, right? It was disgusting, but I hadn't really seen BYUN go full Maru mode in this matchup too much before. I was very impressed, and I think we've seen it in Zerg versus Terran, a matchup where he's known as a super aggressive Terran. When he plays Shin, turtles up like a mad dog sometimes, because Shin's so aggressive, and it goes really well for him sometimes, right? Depending on the game state and everything like that. So I think BYUN, he's got a bit more range than, you know, I used to give him credit for. I used to say he basically is good in the mid game and that's it. Early game, mid game, goes to late game, can't compete there. That's not modern BYUN. That's like maybe 2021 BYUN. 2025 BYUN has really good range. Tempests for Mana. Wow. Oh, that's super technical. Guys, Tempests are one of these units that's amazing because it's got extreme range. It can make your opponent attack into you, but you need to be so technical if you're going to make this work. You need to not have any wasted supply. Right now, 6 Phoenix, 12 wasted supply, 91 probes. Gonna have to throw 20 of those probes out. You also want to try and build forward cannon battery outposts like here, maybe this left side. I think the right side's probably better on these ridges so that you can spread out and poke forwards from the nice feedback. Gets a double feedback, takes out one ghost, other one does survive. High Templar pulls back. I'm worried that Mana's army supply is way too low, and Tempests are a very supply inefficient unit. Even though they're 4 supply this patch, no longer 5 supply, they're still going to be awkward. You can see even here, BYUN's like, I need libs. Kills a few of his own Marauders, replaces them with libs. He's also got mass command center coming in. Now, the Iron Bank is when you have at least 7 orbitals, guys. You get to 10, it's you're proper rich. You have unlimited scans, you have map hacks. Basically, you can pay for all the spies, all the information in the world. You can drop mules to buy anything you want. You can also throw your workers away to get a hyper-maxed army. You can go down to 20, 30, 40 workers, sometimes even lower than that in the late game. Colossus will cancel this command center. Vikings coming forward. Both players are in a bit of a standoff right now. No one wants to make the first big screw-up in the game, but looks like BYUN's the first to split a decent chunk of army often. With no High Templar on this side, a little awkward. You can always warp an High Templar, energy recharge it, but got a High Templar in reserve. Cannons try to build in front of it. It's a lot of kills. Does go for the feedback storm. Nice move there for Mana. At the same time, gets jumped on in the middle. Oh, this army's kind of small. But watch out, he's got storms. And BYUN does good damage to those Colossus, but does have to back away. Zealots chasing after the bio on this side. Phoenix actually going to shut this down. Phoenix finding some value. Hey, I was saying he's got to get rid of those Phoenix for a while, but he actually kills a whole bunch of units, and Mana is only down 1,000 in trading. Remember that Terran spends a lot more money on their infrastructure as well, so you can usually be behind in that trading. 8 orbitals are up as another command center gets cancelled. There's a planetary in front of this base with a few liberators as well. The Zealots trying to trickle in. Phoenix on that left side. BYUN's going for a second armory. He wants to get plating as well, so he gets the maxed air upgrades. He's going to scan that top left side. Mana's not there yet. Mana's building what I said, the cannon battery outposts. I still think his supply efficiency is something he hasn't addressed. He's got great bank, but keep in mind, like, his army is so light. He's only got a few High Templar here. Oh, he's got 2 in reserve. 2 in the army, 2 in reserve. Dude, Mana's setting this up so well. Like, this is exactly what you need to do. High Templar in the north with some cannons. He needs more cannons and batteries defending that side. But he's doing really well at focusing on all the important things. Would like to see BYUN bring a few auto repair SCVs forward to maybe help out. Bio Viking trying to push back the Tempest, but he's got to run away from the Storm. Storm's so powerful because it hits air units as well. You can see even hitting those Vikings just for a second, so much damage. Whilst Repair can deal with that. Repair's awkward to do when you're on the edge of combat like this. And look at this, he's just throwing cannon battery everywhere. He's doing the Harston. Harston was the first player I remember back in the day, a decade ago, figuring out that if you're worried about pushing into an opponent, just build cannons, batteries, and Tempests outside their base and wait for them to come to you. But the EMPs come down, the Vikings wrecking the army. BYUN clears all the cannons and batteries. He eats a big storm, though. That's why you keep High Templar in reserve. He does eat a big storm, but BYUN hates this sort of game, guys. There's a reason that Rogue always forces the late game against BYUN. BYUN, at his heart, is an attacking boy. He likes clicking. He likes shooting. He likes... I mean, honestly, he's an FPS player in a StarCraft player's body. He's trapped in there just wanting to click on heads. All he wants to do is headshot, boom. You know, he is the FPS Doug of StarCraft, and when you force him to this late game, he gets impatient, he gets frustrated, and he does start walking into Psy Storms. And he's done it before. We've seen this many times where he gets frustrated and he starts headbutting a little bit. BYUN's got to stay calm, he's got to turtle up, and he's got to pick his fights a bit more carefully. Because even though he's trading better than Mana now finding weak points, weak openings, and remember, the production of Mana on 18 gateways is much more explosive. He thinks about floating a command center out. Bad idea. BYUN needs to take the right side of the map, or he needs to give that up and start countering on both sides and really use his mobility. But if he's not willing to fight front on, this is going to be nasty. Nukes, a very good zoning tool, really good at trying to break these sort of Tempest standoffs. Libs and tanks are still there. 90 probes are still up. Thankfully, the Phoenix are gone, which I think is really good for Mana. He's going for a 6th Tempest. I think 6 Tempests is fine. Any more than that gets a bit crazy. Only 3 High Templar on the map is a problem. Remember, it takes a long time to build energy on those, and energy recharge isn't as flexible as you want. If this game gets a bit exciting, things could be crazy. And oh, he doesn't have any High Templar in the top left. I think Mana never rebuilt these cannons. He's got no High Templar up there. He's leaving openings as well. This isn't really a natural game state for Mana. You know, like I said, Harston's practiced this a few thousand times. I don't know how many times Mana's done the cannon battery Tempest siege. Well, we all know the theory, but it takes thousands of hours of practice to really get this one perfect. Command Center's going to pick up and pull back. Immortal's trying to break planetary. He needs to repair. BYUN needs to repair. BYUN not repairing the bottom right. He loses a planetary. And once again, the Tempest Immortal does break a planetary. Vikings try to come forward. The Zealot Stalker going for a break. Mana says, all right, let's go, son. And Mana's bank is crazy, remember. Storms come down on some of the SCVs. The Orbital does go down. This medevac tries to pick up the Tempest, take down the medevac with the units inside. These planetaries not getting repaired. BYUN does some damage on the other side of the map. He does stim back in to finish off the Nexus, but he's got to get home to defend. He's out of money right now. He's dropping mules on that left side. He drops 15 mules on the left side. He needs that money. He didn't repair the planetary, though. Another planetary goes down. I can't believe Mana's pushing in right now while so high on probes, so low on army supply. Dude, BYUN just panicked and killed his own ghost. That is showing the stress. You can see it on his face. He does not want to get eliminated from this tournament in the group stage. He has done so well in PiGFest before. He is a former PiGFest champion as well, defeating Dark back in PiGFest 2. I think it was PiGFest 2. I mean, he's a really, really good player. He does not want to go out this early, but Mana's got him on the ropes. Mana's got the reinforce. Great flank. EMPs land. Beautiful fight for BYUN. BYUN with the mass mule mining on the left is out mining Mana right now, and he's shutting down the army on the front. What a swing! What a swing! He kills the entire army! Mana does find the planetary in the bottom left. He does take out one lib. He takes out a second. If he can kill this base, that's huge. But BYUN has more circle jerking going on this planetary right now than StarCraft Reddit talking about, I don't know, please don't cheese me, and a couple of warp gate emojis as bloody eyeballs. Right now, the command center does go down. Gets through the mass repair. BYUN, does he have anywhere to drop mules right now? He's almost out of minerals completely. Dude, he was on 8 orbitals, 9. He's on 7 now. There's one planetary. He needs a base to drop this mass mule on. If he could do it for even a minute, he might be able to stabilize. Mana's income right now, though, 2,000 minerals, 700 gas against 400 minerals, 300 gas. BYUN has a decent army size, but he's got to deal with what Mana has. Now, Mana's army right now could best be described as hot garbage. It is numbers rather than quality. It's 31 Zealots, a Tempest, 10 Stalkers. The 7 High Templar are very good, but I don't really rate 31 Zealots as an actual effective army at this stage of the game. Colossus being rebuilt right now. There are 6 Vikings. I don't know if Colossus will help. It won't be amazing, though. I like him staying mobile. You know, run around, click a command center, make it lift. Try to do some multi-prong, because if he can actually catch... Oh, is he going to get the orbital? He backs away before he gets the orbital. BYUN, it's a bit slow to repair his command centers this time, but he does save those. Bottom right side is an orbital. Dude, it's undefended. You get in there with some Zealots right now. BYUN's having a hard time. And 7 Zealots run in, find themselves a ghost. Any kill is good because Mana has the cash. He's got plasma shields on the way right now. The Zealots find the expansion. That is a problem. BYUN dropping mules in the face of it right now. Don't know if that's the right call. Oracle tags the army. Zealots are going to get dealt with. Can BYUN defend this base? He's got an army in the middle. If those guys loop around, he could maybe clear the cannon battery, but I don't know if he can defend at the same time. He's ready to bring those in as a flank, though. Mana could be stepping into a trap. Is he going too deep? He's got stasis traps. He blinks forward with the Stalkers to take out the front-running ghost. Great first storm. Amazing stasis trap. Oh, that is a tilting stasis trap. That is the stasis trap that brings out the friggin' psychopath in the Terran player. That is, I mean, honestly, BYUN might go full Naniwar. Seeing that stasis trap, he's got to get his emotions under control. He needs to play so well to bring it back from here because Mana is mauling this nerd right now. Oh, big EMP on the double High Templar on that right side. The Viking Bio trying to gang up, trying to group up, trying to survive. There's only a couple of Tempests. There's not that much range firepower that BYUN cannot afford to eat even one bad storm here. Libs get a few High Templar kills, which is nice. He's got to spread the units out as best he can. Tempest going for some pickoffs. Liberator does go down. Great micro for Mana. Prism on the right side is exposed. It survives. EMPs all over the High Templar. Great EMPs. Pulling into a forest of cannons, though. BYUN cannot chase here. This is not a good place to fight against the Protoss, even though he's done really well in the earlier fights. BYUN, I think he feels like he's got to defend this base, but chasing into cannons is not it. He's just so far behind, man. Even with mules mining right now, he has to control this area or he's dead. Mana whittling him down, wearing him down. The units lost tab. Way too close for comfort, especially because look at this. Mana's got a base there. He's got a base here. He's got a base here. Doesn't have any probes on them, but he's still mining off these other bases as well. And he's just keeping up the momentum, keeps filling up his High Templar. The High Templar are very clumped right now, but there's no time to get more EMPs here. No time to get more EMPs for BYUN. Yes, an EMP lands, but it's not enough. The medevac's getting it. The mass stalker overwhelming. And what a tragic turn for BYUN, but holy crud. I love to see a qualifier for the tournament perform so well. He almost beat Serral in his first series. And here in the lower bracket match, in the losers match, Mana takes down BYUN, a massive upset, and he will be going through to the final deciding match against the loser of the next one. Great play for Mana.